Hey, 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 everybody. This is another Pillow Talk Unplug. Okay, and let me tell you, tonight's show is going to be awesome because I have Miss Nikki herself on our show tonight, and she is going to let us know that healing is not a process, it is a journey. And I can't wait to unfold and just release and just be our transparent selves tonight. So I just want to thank everyone. I am Stacy. I am the CEO of Sashel Essence Spa. I'm located in 757 Hampton downtown. So I provide all spa services. So if you're ever in the area, you want to check me out, you can always go to my page and check out my services under my website. So we're not going to take, because we need this full hour. So I'm going to let you know how I met Nikki, okay? I met Nikki and we are bonded through Browse, okay? And let me tell you, Nikki is amazing. Every time that she comes my to a session, we're there for Browse, but let me tell you, it turns into we either laughing, we're crying, we're praying. I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen when she comes in, but I'm always prepared. The energy was good from the gate. I just felt absolutely amazing, and I just felt so good that when I did ask her to be on my show, she was so, she was okay with coming on and sharing her story. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Miss Nikki, before we go into our healing journey tonight.
I'm Shaunik, aka Nikki, but I'm going to be using Shaunik for now on. I'm Shaunik Jones.
Okay. Oh, well, let me change that. Shaunik.
I'm Shaunik Jones. I'm from Hampton, Virginia. Born in Hampton, Virginia. So I'm here from Virginia. A little bit about me. I'm 47 years old. Um, I love to dance, sing. I'm the mother of two adult children. One is 23 and one is 21. They're daughters. Um, yeah, so that's a little bit about me. I do chair exercise, you
Mhm.
know, praise dance leader, prayer warrior, youth minister. I have all kinds of hats. Great friend,
Mhm.
all of that.
Look at that. And I mean, and this is great. Everyone is here tonight. Thank you, everyone, for showing your love tonight. I am so happy. I really appreciate all my viewers that come on and watch the show, and the guests that I have, because I feel like you guys are sowing a seed on my podcast because you took the time to come on my episode, and you're bringing, your followers, the people that are, that love you, they're coming to see you share your story. So, Miss Nikki, I want to get into some things. Well, Miss Shaunik, I want to get into some things with you tonight, and I'm so very grateful that you are deciding to be transparent with us tonight. I do appreciate that, and I thank you so much. And I want to know, starting from the beginning, from your childhood, what was it like being Shaunik as a child?
Well, being Shaunik as a child was
Mhm.
different.
Okay.
I've always been energetic.
Hmm.
But I started off a crybaby, as some of my family members are up here. I was a crybaby. I was so sensitive, you know what I mean? But that just came from the childhood trauma. But so I was an energetic, child. I love to dance. I love to sing. I always loved babies, even as a kid, you know.
Mhm.
So um, something special about me, and I consider it special, is that I was raised in the foster care system. So
Wow.
yeah, I we had my sister and I, we kind of had like a back and forth thing going on when we were younger. But when I turned 3 years old, I was placed in my sister and I were placed in permanent foster care, and that is foster care when you're with the same family. You don't get moved around. You just technically with the same family. And
Wow.
the family that I call my family now is still that family. So they're no longer my foster family; they are my family. So when I was 3 years old, I
Mhm.
became a part of the Ward family, and I had a pretty good, decent childhood.
Mhm.
I had a pretty good, decent childhood. Um, I struggled with insecurities. I struggled with attention.
Mhm.
Um,
Mm.
I sucked on a pacifier for a very, very long time. Um, as I'm told, I was clingy. Um,
Right.
But I grew up, I've always been kind of happy, kind of like the showstopper. I was the youngest in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Besides my niece Terry that would visit us, she was a couple of years younger than me, but I was the youngest child in the house. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I love to dance, I love to sing, I love to hug people and just be there. Um, and I had an older sister. Her name is Lakeisha, and her and I we were together.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
I didn't even know that you were in foster care. See, I'm learning something else. So, being in foster care, even though you said you did have a good childhood, you were um, raised in a good family. How did you always feel about knowing? Did that ever bother you that you weren't really initially apart from that family? You were basically adopted into that family. Did you ever feel anything, any adverse feelings from that growing up?
Only when I would only feel adverse feelings when my biological sister and I would be split sometimes. That was the only time that I would feel it. I never really felt sad about it.
Mhm.
I didn't start feeling empty until my foster mother passed away when I was in sixth grade. So that's when I started feeling some kind of way about, just being in the foster care system. I felt alone. Um, and then I, moved to another house,
Mhm.
where I wanted to be there. And then when I got there, I was like, oh, I don't really want to be here. But that's another story. But
Right.
as a child, I grew up pretty strong. And I was okay with it because my nieces
Mhm.
that were older than me, I was a part of the clan. I was just a part of the crew. So I always felt I belonged. I've
Right.
always felt like I belonged.
Mhm.
I was
Mhm.
never treated like I didn't belong. It might have been one family member that
Mhm.
always introduced me as Mama Matt's foster child, you know.
Okay.
But other than that, that would bother me. But I got over it.
Right. So
Yeah,
how did you when you said that your foster mother passed, how did you feel about that? How
broken.
did that make broken? Okay. Yeah.
I was wow. I was broken
Yeah.
for a long time. Um,
Wow. Hmm.
yeah,
So being broken, where did it put you mentally and emotionally? Were you distant from your family, or were you just thinking why? Because sometimes we blame God for certain things, like why did you take her from me?
well, I've always I never asked God why He took her away
Hmm.
from me. I
Hmm.
never had those because it was always somebody in the place of that. You
Hmm.
know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
It was always somebody who came in the place that nurtured me.
Hmm.
So I was okay with that. And during my brokenness, I had another which my niece Tisha is up here. Her mother
Hmm.
came in and was a part of my mom pie. And then I had my sister Bertha. May she rest in peace. These individuals are deceased now, but they came in and they were a part of my mom pie that helped put the pieces back together again. Everybody had a piece, you know, in my life for who I am today. So
Wow.
my brokenness, I just kind of went into being a fast butt. You know what I mean? Just
Hmm.
I put on an attitude because I've always been a very sweet person. I became passive aggressive, kind of mean. I put up walls.
Hmm.
I dealt with like bullying a little bit fifth, sixth grade. When individuals and insecurity came in, stuck in and things like that.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about this. You have some of our. I mean, it is lit up in here tonight, honey. You are bringing them. I love it. Thank you, guys. I thank God for your divine purpose. You have
Thank
I
you.
love you, and you got this. You definitely got this. Like I said, you all look beautiful. Thank you. I'm gonna go through. Everyone is saying good evening, but when I look at things, and I see people out here and they have been in foster care and they went through some things and they're going through life, they carry that. Today is when I knew that you were in foster care because you don't carry that trauma with you.
Mhm.
So going through after your foster mother had passed and you said you turned into this fast tail life. What was that like? What were you doing to be fast tail? I'm just interested to know. Because I'm like, Shawnee, I'm afraid. Okay, guys, let me just be transparent. I'm afraid to breathe, curse, do anything because when she walk in, I'm like the holy have walking like I be feeling like I don't want to do nothing. I'm like, all right, let me make sure I'm watching how I'm being ghetto ratchet, just how I'm just being because I feel like I'm walking in the light. So when you just said that you were being fast, I said, what? So let's touch on that.
I went through that phase of just being sneaky, sneaky, just
Mhm,
the boys, you sneak in, the boys, in and
mhm,
out the house and all that other different kind of stuff, all that little stuff you do as a teenager.
mhm.
But I can't say, oh, this is so transparent. I ain't never said this. So I,
It's okay.
you
This
know,
is what
I had a
Unplugged is about.
fight saying baby got back. I always had that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I knew that there was power in my pretty face, in my waist.
Okay. So you basically was okay. So touching on that, do you feel that that was something that you used to kind of use as your confidence? I know you said in the beginning you had insecurities. Did you use that as a way to platform your insecurities
To a point, yes.
to a
But
point?
it was more so from the emptiness of not having of my nurturing being cut in half, from being incomplete. So I was looking for love in all the wrong places. You know what I mean? And you
Mhm,
thinking because you got a beautiful face, oh you got a nice shape, blah blah blah
mhm.
blah blah blah. You just fall in because you
Right.
don't have that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And then I didn't have anybody telling me my worth.
Right.
Like, what is your worth? I had nobody telling me that.
Hmm. Do
And
you
that's
feel
not against anybody, but I'm just
right?
saying I didn't grow up with all of that around me.
Hmm.
I didn't learn my worth until I decided to follow Jesus. Hey,
Oh.
that's my sister Lakeisha.
Okay, hi. I'm here for my little sister. Tell your story. Yes, I can't wait. I'm unfolding. I'm folding. Hello, ladies. Oh, look, KB's here. I can't listen. I'm
Yeah,
getting
so
myself slowly prepared for Monday, honey. I have been praying because I'm telling you, it is on. All right. And she said, you don't look like what you have been through. You definitely don't. So that's why it was a shock to me. I'm like, foster care,
yes.
being fast. I'm like, when she walk in, I got to make sure
I was the
everything.
road runner. I was the road. You can ask Letitia. She up here. I was the
Mhm.
road runner. All I had to do was walk past, and I could command a man.
Really?
Didn't matter how old they were.
Wow.
You could do it.
So did you use that? Because now, looking at you in this light, Shaunik, I'm looking at you in the light of how you have been, bringing God into me.
Mm-hmm.
You bring God to everybody. Wherever you go, you just bringing it. When
Mm-hmm.
you were in that time, did you feel that you knew God at that point, or you just felt like I'm powerful, I'm using my body for what I want, and this is it?
Well, this is the story. So,
Mm-hmm.
we went to vacation Bible school, growing up, everybody does that. So I got saved when I was like 9. Vacation Bible school, Jesus loves me, this I know, and
Mm-hmm.
I could hear something speaking to me. I didn't know what it was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I got baptized. It was actually my birthday, and I turned actually no, I got saved when I was 10, and I think I was 11 when I got baptized.
Mm-hmm.
So I could hear something going on, and I had a relationship
Mm-hmm.
with the Lord when I was right around that age. But then
Mm-hmm.
I saw my nieces that were older than me, they cool, they got on, they looking good, they lip gloss, and I wanted to be like that. I was like, Lord, I want to go to the prom. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I will never forget, I knelt on the side of that bed on
Mm-hmm.
my knees and I said, Lord, I can't do this no more. I
Wow.
said, I can't do this no more. I said, I'll return back to you when I turn 18. I was bold.
Just like that.
Just like that. Just
I
like
look. I'm still struggling on how to come to him as a prayer. I'm still
and I
struggling
let him
on
know.
it.
And I
So
was
you just
like,
was like, that's it.
yeah.
Wow, that
And I
is
went on, and
something.
it was like, I'm not gonna say I felt like he released me. I just felt like I did everything I was big and bad enough to do to get there, you know. And I
Mm-hmm.
and I went away from him. I did,
Mm-hmm.
and that was that. And I had a best friend growing up. She's up here, Trishita, PK kid. She would try to keep me in line because I
Mm-hmm.
was wild, and she can attest to it. And she was my holy friend. You know, she's like, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't do that, you need to get your life right, you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm going to be real transparent at this moment. So I had when you out there doing what you big and bad enough to do, you know, sometimes things happen, right? And then when you do those, when you make those decisions and those things happen, then you're kind of judged. And my best friend, Trishita, at that time was with me on that, but she stood her ground with me and she was like, I'm cutting you right slam off because you're not walking in the will of the Father.
Wow.
And
So
she
that,
and she let me go. She wrote me a letter and sent it in the mail.
how did you feel from? Because if my friend sent me a letter, I'm like, man, it took a lot. Please don't send me a letter because I'm gonna be crying and feeling some type of way. I'll be in my feelings like, no, she didn't cut me off.
I understood, but I was still hurt. But I
Yeah.
understood her what the path that she was moving towards and what she was doing. I understood it wholeheartedly. I did. And so her cutoff game was real good for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we had that, but we back together, you know what I mean? And now I'm the Jesus freak.
So how is that going? Are you being overwhelming? Or y'all right on the same playing field now?
I'm overwhelming to her.
Really?
Yeah.
I
But
can
we still, you know, we just like peanut butter and jelly. Ain't nothing you can do. You know
to
what I
take it
mean?
right.
We've been rolling since we were 7. So yeah, we like and I would like to say this, even though I'm kind of fast forwarding, but what to say about her is that we went on a trip because you know I'm going through this healing process. So it was like we going on a vacation once a year. That's what I want to do. So we went on vacation last year, year before last Christmas. It was my Christmas gift to me, and we went. And you know, I had when I was sorting my royal oats, so of course I'm drinking, you know, and all this stuff. And she was like, "This ain't even you." We were
Wow.
sitting at the bar. She told me that. She said, She said, how do you think that you are gonna do this properly? I think that's how I heard it. But
Mm-hmm.
how are you to think that you're gonna help people properly if you're doing what you're doing?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she
Mm-hmm.
was telling me that. She set me straight at the bar. Yep.
See?
Say we good. Always been what?
Yep, nothing but love. I had so many comments here. I'm gonna roll back through them so I can talk because I love it. Um Accountability. Yep, you do have to take accountability. I know we just went speaking on that. We just went to a brunch this weekend. It was passed on the 30th. We went to support, well, we're in a group. It's called Unlocking Her on Facebook. You're in the same group too, right?
Yeah.
So at the brunch,
Mm-hmm.
yes, Karen Nash group. She if you everybody want to join, you go to Unlocking Her H.E.R. And it's a sunflower, you know, you're in the right place. So anyhow, when we went, it was said that if you can have anything you want in the world, anything. But if you are not healed, it's like utter chaos for you.
Yep.
So that started to make sense. And I want to know, during your healing process, what were the things that you started to lose? Like, how did you feel as the time? Did you feel like it was a struggle? Because I know sometimes when we're trying to get in the right place, things are hitting us left and right. How did you feel in your time of healing?
Well, right before the pandemic, I was in a pandemic myself. My daughter, my oldest daughter, was going through a lot of different surgeries and different things with her feet, and just a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things going on in my life personally, in my marriage at the time I was married.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going down. I was
Mm-hmm.
big. You know what I'm saying? The biggest I had been in my life. I think I was 280 to 290. I always kind of went back and forth, you know, up and down, up and down. But one day I actually woke up on my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I fell off the couch and I was dizzy. And I was like, what is this? So long story made short, they thought I was drunk when I went to the emergency room
Ooh.
because of just how I was disoriented. I said, you could give me a breathalyzer, you can do whatever it is. And from that day, I was dizzy. I stayed dizzy for months. I know it was like 6 or 7 months. I stayed dizzy for months. I stayed in the bed.
Mm.
I was in the bed rest. Seriously. Like
Mm.
I couldn't get up. I had to crawl everywhere I went. I had to stop going to church. I couldn't dance anymore. All different kinds of things happened to me. So that was the beginning of me being broken, you know,
Mm-hmm.
um, of me being broken. And the process with that is I had to fight my way back
Mm-hmm.
to health. I had to fight my way back to health.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did. I made a decision. I was like, okay, I'm going to get up. I'm going to get me a job. I filled out an application. I was dizzy. I set up on the wall during the interview, during everything. You know, they came down to give me handprint, fingerprints, and everything because I was just that dizzy. And I went to work dizzy
Mm-hmm.
until it broke. But I had scriptures, you know, I'm healed by Jesus' stripes. You know, I'm healed by Jesus' stripes. I had friends that, you know, kept me fed and things like that. And during that time, and my marriage was in turmoil. It was bad. But I decided that I was tired. And when a pandemic came, the Lord just gave me an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Open up your house to the children
Mm-hmm.
during the pandemic. Just open up your house. I started with one, and it was my niece Anaya. She was in middle school at that time. She was panicking. Her mom was panicking. I said, just bring her to the house with me. And I started upstairs in my room. And then
Mm-hmm.
it went downstairs. I started getting other grade school kids. So I had like 25 kids in my house during the
Wow.
pandemic, from baby all the way up to 17. So, and during those times, I was still wheeling and dealing. Um, I was getting better. I had walked my way to health because I hadn't joined KB's Fit Club yet. But
Mm-hmm.
I have my niece up here, Patrice. Her and Carmen, they introduced me to the KB's Fit Club, and so I ended up going there. Um, my close friend and I at the time, she fell off, but I continued to go, and I've been there
Mm-hmm.
going on almost 4 years now. And that was the beginning of my physical healing with my new sisters.
Wow. So when you did, so going through that and you had that time period where you said you were going through your own pandemic, you said you were in, your marriage was in a turmoil.
Yes.
Okay. Did you want to touch on your marriage and how that was a turmoil for you?
Well, I was married for 12 years. And I was pretty much in a mentally, you know, emotional abusive relationship. Which he and I are cool now, you know, but I won't speak on it. But it was bad. And you know, we're better not together. And we both know that. But it
Right.
was a lot going on. You know, he had his demons and I had mine, because I can say I had some too. But mostly I couldn't get myself together because I was not in the right position. My
Mm-hmm.
pastor told me when I would run to him, and I would run to him always, and he would say, when you get empowered, you're going to be able to see what it is you're supposed to do. And I did not understand that when he said that to me 12 years ago, but I understand it now. When you get empowered with the word of God and
Mm-hmm.
knowing who you are,
Mm-hmm.
that's when healing comes. That's
Right.
when you promote healing in your life. You choose. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, healing is a choice. You know what I mean? Healing is a choice. And I chose to get up out of the bed. I chose to step away from a 12-year relationship. You know, took my adult children with me, gave them a choice. They came with me.
Mm-hmm.
I basically lost everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think I took one couch set with me. You know what I mean? And I just started all over again. And I just wanted to say that you guys, to anybody, you have to have the courage to start over. I wrote, it says, it takes courage to press the restart button. And that's what I did. And I was so afraid to push that button, but I didn't know when I pushed that button that, you know, we have this saying, there's faith and then there's fear. But on the other side of fear, there's faith. And
Mm-hmm.
that is the truth. I didn't believe it. And I'm a woman
Mm-hmm.
of faith.
Right.
When I jumped over there, God said, pow, there you go. I'm going to supply all your needs. And then I'm
Right.
going to use people that you don't even know.
You're right. And that's, you know what I feel, that fear is, it's such a low vibration. Fear can cause you to miss out on so many things, even
Yeah.
your own blessings.
Mm-hmm.
And I have done that to myself. And if I hadn't taken that fear out of me to leave certain things and do certain things, I don't know where I would be right now. But
Right.
I had to take a step out on faith. And I see that that's what you did. So after you decided, I'm out of this marriage, I'm done. I
Mm-hmm.
want me. I want Shaunik. I want to do what's right for me.
Mm-hmm.
How did those steps, were you still in your healing or you start to feel that relief? Because sometimes when we're in a situation, the situation is what we're trying to heal from. So then once we leave it, everything starts to fall into place. How did it start to manifest for you after you left your marriage?
Well, after I left my marriage, the Lord used the children that I have in the daycare to continue to keep me happy. because children bring me joy. I don't care how bad they are. They just bring me joy. So
Yeah.
I always kept myself surrounded by things that I love, and that's children. So that helped me to stay. But when I would close down the daycare, I would go upstairs in my room and go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I would get up in the morning, go to KB's Fit Club, whatever like that. I had a therapist at the time, and I was working with my therapist and everything like that. So, but it was so hard. Oh my God, it was so hard.
Yeah, tell us how hard it was for
Say,
you.
when I say it was so fearful, because I felt like I lost friends that I've had for years. I felt like our relationships changed, and then my relationship changed with the marriage, and then I was losing everything, and I was used to losing stuff because I moved around a lot, But this was different because I had adult children, and my youngest baby was wide open. I had never seen her like that. I was like, "What happened to you?" Everything was just in turmoil.
Wow.
And I didn't. I still went to church. I still held on. I was still holding on. But I was out there. You know what I'm saying? I was way out there, but I went out there.
Right.
And I needed to go out there, but I came back in. But it hurt so bad. But God used individuals like my fit sisters, my niece Tisha, my friend Tawana came back into my life. Trishita came back. He used new people and old people from the past that were ready for me, that I was ready for, to be held accountable for. Because the other individuals, I'm not saying they weren't. The season was up, and I'm okay with seasons changing. But at that time, I was not. But today, I have so much joy that I pressed that reset button.
Yeah.
But it's courage to do it. So I'm feeling healed, and I know it's still a journey because there are different things that I'm still gonna have to face. You know what I mean?
Right.
But healing was me going to KB's Fit Club.
Oh wow, that's inspirational.
Everything that I went through, I took it out on my body. My nephew had a stroke. He was very young, and he had a stroke, and he was unto death in the hospital. Now my whole family was going crazy, and I could not do one sit up when I joined that KB's Fit Club, and I dedicated all my sit ups to my nephew. I said, "This boy gonna get up in Jesus' name." Every time I said, "This is him."
Right.
So everything that I was going through, or anything that my family was going through at that time, I took it out at the KB's Fit Club. I will never forget when I was we were going up a hill in a garage, and KB got behind me and she said, "Imagine this, you know what I'm saying." She said, "And push it." And when you take all your energy and you put it into exercise, or whether you're eating or something positive, you're healing. And if you're applying the word with it as well.
I feel you on that. That is so amazing. I have a couple of comments. Now, I'm sorry, ladies. Y'all are really supporting tonight. Look, I'm cheesing. I'm like, listen, I'm telling you, I'm going to be watching this show 20 times, okay? Because I always go back and watch it and try to, perfect my craft on the podcast. But I'm definitely going to be watching 1,000 times tonight. But we have a comment here. I like this. It says Matthew 6, chapter 6, verse 33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all righteousness of all things will be added unto you. Amen. I like that. I have Tania said, for sure, fear is the lowest vibration. It will hinder you and prevent you from tapping into your greatness. Absolutely. T said, you didn't lose anything. God was preparing you for greater. He definitely was. Because like I said, when she walked in the room, I'm like, Nikki here today. I was like, I gotta get myself together because I don't want to be crying by the end of this session. I got brows to do. The next client come, like, give me a minute. All right. She's Letitia, is it Latia? I'm sorry. Letitia, sorry, please. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Say it, Sheeta. She said, say it, Sheeta. Okay. We have Kenyatta. She said, you have to work on your healing every day. You do. It's a battle. And let me tell you, Miss Nash got a hell of a story. I'm going to just be transparent. Her story had you in there like, what can I say? And it's relatable. And now listening to you, I'm like, wait a minute. We all are going through a healing process for both men and women. Men are not exiled from this as well either. We all go through a healing process. So do you feel that maybe your husband needed to heal from trauma. He might have had some trauma where he didn't know how to understand himself to where it was falling on you, but you had to walk away to heal yourself before you got drugged down with what maybe trauma he went through. Did
Well,
any? Mm-hmm.
yeah, I believe that to be so too. That's why forgiving him was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so I don't feel any hatred or anything towards him because I understand his past. And I was able to, because I married him twice. Let's just be transparent. I married the same man twice.
Ain't he lucky?
So,
uh,
and so I understand. I went back a second time because of the God in me,
right.
believing God that everything was going to be okay, but he was still saying, not today.
Right. Not
you know,
today.
yes.
Not in this
So
season.
yeah,
Right.
that's what it's easy to. It's easy to, and this is one thing that's it's easy to forgive the person who have done something towards you when you're healed. That's just real easy to do.
Powerful.
For me,
Powerful.
for me, it was easy because I released it and I didn't want that on me because I felt like
Hmm.
they don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hurt people, and that's the truth. We say this all the time. It's a cliche, but it's the truth.
It is.
Hurt people. It's the truth. So I understand the assignment on that. With that, and that's why I was able to forgive, and it's just I'm good.
You good now, right?
Yeah.
So I have another comment here. This is beautiful, Shawnick Jones. Thank you for sharing your journey with us. I also have, hold on one second, because I got to be hiding my comments and putting them on. All right. We love you, Shawnick Jones. Thank you for sharing your story. Such an inspiration. Absolutely. Like I said, she get me through my sessions. Every eyebrow session, I don't know what's going to happen. I hope I ain't crying this time because I'm like, listen, I got something to tell you. And
Yeah.
she pray powerful prayers. If you ever had her touch you, you like, oh, what is going on? And then
Yeah.
I have Miss Nash here. She said abusers are also victims who didn't learn healthy behaviors. That is
Mhm.
powerful. That
Yes.
is powerful. That is powerful because you do and you see the signs of it. But what I can't understand, hold on, forgiveness is key in healing. Absolutely. And
Yes.
this is all what she talks about in her group as well. So even after this, if you're still looking for more healing, that is a great group to be a part of because you're still going to heal. You're going to heal because it's a journey. It's not a process. It's a journey.
It's
I mean,
healing.
yeah, we're carrying things from when we were children.
Mhm.
It was said. Some people are still stuck at 5 and 6 and 10 years old when the trauma happened and never really grew up from it.
Mhm.
And so as you're going along in life, Shawnick, and you're getting through, okay, so now you're done with your marriage and now you're stepping out and you're raising your kids by yourself. Did they have to feel any of your healing journey? Because I know that you have a daughter that has autism,
Mhm.
and you are such a great mother. Oh my God, beautiful, great mom. How was it the healing journey
Well,
getting through all of that with
with my oldest daughter, I would
mm-hmm,
say that that was man, I'm just healing from that. Like I'm just there.
right?
Like last week there. Seriously.
Okay.
Because she went through a transition from having some mental illness added to the autism, and she wasn't herself. When
Right.
mental illness takes over, it zaps you. So I felt like I lost everything. Then my other little girl, the sweet one, she just went, hey, I'm crazy, smoking
Mm,
weed, just doing the stuff that I was doing. I said, oh, that's what I look like doing that. Oh my God. Right. So
right.
um we had so going through that with them, carrying them along, that was difficult. But what I did was I just, even in the midst of me being all messy, I still prayed. I still prayed
Mhm,
for them. I still rubbed the oil on the doors. I still let them know who they were, just helping
mhm,
Mariah, my oldest daughter, get through her processing, getting her help, still trying to get her help. It's just so hard because she's an adult with the autism and other different things. So I have to fight the system. You know what I'm
right.
saying? To get her
Mhm,
help because now she's adult. She doesn't have a paper trail. You see what I'm saying? So
right.
that's what but I'm good with it now mentally because I felt like, Lord, why would this happen to my daughter? She's so sweet. Like she's so sweet. Why would this happen to her? But then I
Mhm,
thought about it that I'm chosen to be her mother. I've been through some things, so I could carry this because
right.
he's not. The Bible says he's not going to put more on you than you can bear, and that's my child. So I decided last week, the week before last, around that time, I'm not
Mhm,
mad about it anymore. If I can say I was upset
mhm,
with God about something, that would be it. Because I had wrote down one
Mm-hmm.
morning, it was about 3:08 a.m. in January. I said, I hate mental illness.
Oh, wow.
And I said, it's a reality in my family. I hate that this illness has ruined my daughter's life. That's what I told the Lord. I mean, I
Right.
was straight out transparent. This is how we have to be. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We're feeling the triggers or we're feeling the trauma. Like, you write that stuff down, talk about it, get it, push it, get it, feel it. My therapist said, feel all the feels. Like, I can feel these pearls right here. You got to feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Dump it. And
Right.
sometimes pick it back up again. You know what I mean? And we're triggered and triggered and triggered. But if
Mhm.
you put a word on it,
Right.
the healing, because the blood of Jesus came to heal us from all those traumas and triggers,
Mm-hmm.
you can move forward. Now, I'm not saying, I'm not negating feelings, I'm not
Right.
negating emotions, but what I'm
Right.
saying, if you apply the word to it, there's
Mm-hmm.
power in that. I can walk that, I can say that. And that is the only
Right.
reason I'm walking in this today, is because of that power that I believe in, of the Jesus Christ blood.
Look at this. And look, KB said you turned your pain into power. And that's powerful. We have Tawana here. I was with you through the craziness and deliverance, but God keeping on your doing God dada. Okay. Sorry if I read that wrong. And you're an amazing mother. Chains are steadily being broken. And that right there, you gotta break chains, because if
Mhm.
you don't, then who will?
Right.
um we have put that work in. Definitely. I thought, and a lot of times when you're dealing with trauma, for me growing up, as I got older, coming from a child up, I always used to use this word, oh, it triggers me, or everything's a red flag, or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, when do we stop using that? Because
Yeah.
really, if that's how it is, then every day you walk out the door is a trigger. Every day you look at a person, they're doing something of a red flag. So what do you do? What
Well,
do you do? You
Well,
know?
when I was seeing my therapist, which I don't even know if she was up here, but Tammy, she's so awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, she was so awesome. She
Hmm.
taught me, she said, Nikki, just feel it. She said, you're strong, you're too strong. She said, let it go. You need to feel everything. And I was so tired of feeling everything all the time. And
Hmm.
she was just like, feel the trauma, feel the triggers, feel that. And once you feel it and you push it and you process it, she said, just move past it. You can move past it. So,
Hmm.
like, I feel like, my opinion, I feel like that we keep ourselves in the pit. Like, we're in there. It's dark. Oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? I'm down here. Oh, I can't get out. But you want to get out. You want somebody to
Right.
pull you out. But it's up to
Hmm.
you to try to take those steps to get out. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Hmm.
like working out. You know what I'm saying? Working on them abs. You got to keep going and you got to breathe through it. Okay, feel that. I feel that, but I got to keep going. Okay, I'm crawling. I'm
Hmm.
crawling out. I'm crawling out, and applying the word of God. That's what I did. I
Right.
applied the word of God with it in prayer. I was like, Lord, help me. And sometimes I didn't even have a word. Lord, just help me get through this feeling. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I did
Hmm.
not want those feelings of emptiness,
Hmm.
brokenness, insecurity. I didn't want that backpack no more.
Hmm.
And because I'm empowered now. So if
Right.
I'm empowered, if I'm walking around with red flag, oh, you didn't red flag me. Oh, this is a trigger all the time. Then I can't help nobody else get set free.
Right.
You know what I mean? And not
Hmm.
to say that I don't have feelings, you know what I mean? Because I have the different people
Hmm.
that I'm transparent with, that I'm safe with. But we just have to really, like Kiana was saying, Nash, she was saying, you got to work the process. You got
You
to work,
do.
and it's a journey.
It is.
It's gonna always be something. Like you
Right.
said, it's gonna always be something changing. So you have to put your full armor of God on and
You
then
do.
you know what I mean? That you
Hmm.
get through it. And that's how I'm feeling now. And
Hmm.
that's why when you asked me to do this,
Hmm.
it's like, I'm walking through this door. I'm
Full
walking
force.
through this
I
door.
mean, bust the door open.
I mean, I don't feel any
Hmm.
residue from being a foster kid. That's gone. Oh, I
Right.
don't feel any residue from, even though this was just a year, I've been divorced a year. I don't feel nothing because I decided that I wanted my healing
Hmm.
mentally, physically and spiritually. I decided that a long time ago, but it was the process getting there. And now I'm on a journey. Hey, you know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
had a friend that says, enjoy the journey. And that's what I'm going to do. Whether
Right.
whether the roads are crooked and I fall in the ditch, I'm getting up. I'm going to enjoy the journey.
Right. And it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. It's depending on what you have around you. Sometimes when you're trying to heal, it seems like it's boulders coming from left and right. I mean, I was just getting into my transition. Now, you say you work out and everything, and I'm touching on that. I'm going to come right back to this after I read these comments because I'm going to tell you about that. God is with you the entire time. He never leaves us even when we leave him. Exactly. And to me, I thought, like, how is that fair? We always want him to show up, and I want him to come to my table 100%, but I'm bringing 5-6%. And he's like, all right, Stace, I see you coming to the table with just a little bit. And even just a little bit, he's okay with just a little bit. Recognize your trigger.
Oh,
sorry. No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Because he's our father.
Right.
And some of our earthly fathers, we didn't have really good relationships with, or some of them may have passed or whatever like that. But God is our father. So no matter what we do, he's going to be there. He said that he would never leave us and that he would never forsake us. Now we may forsake him, but he's going to be there. He may step back and you can't hear his voice, but he's there. You know what I mean? So when you and when you're open with him and you acknowledging it, you know what I mean? He can do something with your transparency. He can do something with it because he's God and he already knows because he planned our lives. Yes, you and God. Yes, Kiana.
Yes. And it's crazy because I was like, okay, see you getting that. See, honey, let me tell you, you are touching tonight. I'm telling you.
Yep, it's grace and mercy.
Grace. Yep, it is grace. And then here, sorry, I'm going past. It's grace. And let me see. We have, going down. The enemy is mad that you are still trusting God through it all. And yeah, that's what I wanted to touch back on. So, okay, speaking of starting, your journey. And I thought in my journey, I wanted to, because I've always been an emotional eater.
Yeah.
Anytime stuff going down, popping in a cake. Anytime I feel sad, popping in this. And then I transitioned into trying to just eat just vegetables. That was going well. But I still had other health issues that interacted with the things that was going on in life. And I just emotionally ate. Now I'm here. I'm like, oh, this done got out of control.
Yeah.
It never stopped me from dating. Having a man in my life never stopped me. That wasn't the issue. It was just that I was in these relationships, but I still was emotionally eating.
Right.
So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start doing what I need to do. I want to get in the gym. I want to eat better. I want to feel good about Stacy. Got into the gym. Remember I told you, hey, I'm starting. Get ready to start. Get in there. 2 weeks in, I got sick. I said, Lord, I said, what? So it was confusing me. I was so mad. I was like, I'm trying to get myself together. I'm calling everybody a monitoring spirit. That person don't want me to do what I gotta do. But I'm sitting here thinking to myself that, wait a minute, there's no monitoring spirit, sis. This is because you allowed that sickness, that thing that the devil threw at you to keep you down. You got better and just said, I'm too weak to go back. No, you could have went back. You chose not to for this short period of time. So I felt like I'm fighting for my life. I'm like, I gotta get in the gym. I gotta get in the gym. And I could, I'm like fighting for my life. When you're healing, it feels like you are fighting for your life. And I said, so I just broke past it one day. Listen, if you know, like me, I don't care where you're getting them funds from. I mean, if you scraping them from wherever, coin for coin, every dollar count, I'm getting it. And I did what I had to do, given the fact I had just transitioned from being out of my job, solely dependent on my business. And my boyfriend took a hit with his business, and God is resolving that. And so we going through our storm together, which made us better too, because we're healing together. So I'm fighting for my life. And I'm like, you know what? I'm getting in this gym. I don't care what it takes. And I went on that inbox. I said, I'm ready, KB, I'm ready. And so I don't care what it took. I said, I'm going in there because this is something that I want. This is something I feel like is a part of my healing. Now, no,
Right.
it's not just exercise. I need other things to heal from, other things that I have to
Mhm.
deal with in life. But I felt that that was something that I wanted for myself, and I'm taking action. So I told the
Yes.
devil, you ain't getting involved. I don't care. I'm putting a mask on. I'm going out that door. I'm like, listen here. I don't know what's going on. I have a little car. I'm getting in the gym. So
Mhm.
I felt like I was fighting, but I definitely told myself that no, it's not the monitoring spirits. It's not the
Well,
people looking at me telling me I can't do it from the
yeah.
sideline. No, it ain't nobody, because I could block all that out. It was me, mind over matter. So
Yes.
hearing your story tonight, I'm even more encouraged. I'm about to step off this podcast tonight and I'm flying, honey.
Yeah. Because it's really it's
Mhm,
I have this I've been saying it for years. I used to
mhm,
write it in my kids' notebooks when they were little. Never give up.
mhm.
Never give up. Just never
Right.
give up, no matter what. No,
Mhm.
never give up. And then we have a motto at my church. It ain't how you start, it's how you finish. So if you
Right.
fall off, you know what I'm saying? Just get back on. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna finish strong. But for me, I made up in my mind that finance not gonna get in my way,
Mhm.
or sickness and disease not gonna get in my way. You see what I'm saying? For my workout and for me being with my fit sisters. And we have so many excuses. Oh, it's the money thing. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Oh, it's this, is that. I
Mhm.
saved my money to go to the fit club. And now I still save my money now to be an instructor at the fit club for my chair
Right.
exercise. You know,
Right. So I wanted to talk about that because I'm telling you, you inspire people through that too. Let me read some comments, then we'll get to that, honey. Because I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, yes, you wore that one, Stacy. Our flesh needs to come under subjection and renew our mind daily. Yes, I love that.
mhm.
We must have self control. We definitely do, because without self control, and I did not have none. I was like, oh, I'm sick. I'm not going nowhere. I mean, I was fighting. I was in here fighting. You wore that monitoring spirit out. Oh, I did. I heard it one time and I was like, that's what it is. Everybody's a monitoring spirit. I mean, I was laying on it. I was like, wait a minute. This just can't. Everybody's not the monitoring spirit. You're your own monitoring spirit. How about that? So we must take our life back from the enemy. Yep,
Mhm.
absolutely. Miss Flower said yes.
Yeah.
And in our own way, because we can be in our own way sometimes.
Mhm.
Yep, somebody said we are our own worst
Worst
enemy. And
enemy.
trust me, I am definitely my worst own enemy. And then, yes, she does. She's such a blessing. You are a blessing. And now I love her gospel chair one class, very therapeutic. Okay, so and Tamara says, sis, she sure did. Oh yeah, me wearing out that monitors, girl. I would listen. The devil had me one morning. I was getting ready to post all you monitoring spirits. I'm monitoring. You can't break my. I mean, but I had to think like, no, calm yourself
Yeah.
down with your emotional self. It's not everybody. You got to take charge of your own
Yeah,
life,
you have to take accountability for your own stuff.
own self. Exactly.
Mhm.
So about your gospel chair. Now, I had a chance to actually get into the class when I had you one morning, and I
Mhm.
swear I was walking out. We was parting the sea up in there. Let me tell you, I felt so good leaving that class. So what made you put gospel in front of it?
Well, I went to a class at another fitness studio years ago,
Mhm,
and I was just so inspired with that chair exercise. So I got certified in it. I got certified in Chair One Fitness,
mhm,
and it's different genres of music that you can use, that you can choose. You know who you want to be. In the
mhm.
program. So I chose gospel. When I jumped, I said, "Whoa, wait a minute! They got a gospel genre." And then I felt in my spirit, that's what you're gonna do. Because I thought I was gonna do it for children. And the Lord said, no, ma'am, you're gonna add the word, you're gonna put some gospel music on that. So what ended up happening was in the feed of that, it's on they have a couple of songs, but I've choreographed all of mine exercises, you know what I'm saying, to gospel music. And I didn't know that it was gonna become a healing process, and I didn't know that it was gonna touch so many lives when I started to do it. Um and it's just phenomenal every time that I just can't believe it. It's like when I sit in there, it could be two or three in there, and God comes sit right there. It could be two on virtual, and God comes to sit right there. He comes to sit right with me because I live for Christ. So he's gonna work in what I do for him because I'm called to the earth. You see what I'm saying? To bring change, to talk of his goodness. come to him, John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth on him shall not perish, but shall have everlasting life. So that's what I come to do. I spread the word through that. And healing, when you take on John 3:16, that's when your real healing becomes. So when you come to my class, you know, we're sweating it out, and we moving, we move. But think about the weights in your life. Think about everything that you're facing. We just fight through it, through the songs, through the verses, you know. And then I always, and God inspires me to pray for my individuals at the end of class, or sometimes in the middle of class, and he'll give me a word and I'll come whisper it to you. I don't really say it out loud because it's just personal, you know. So it's just become something that I love to do. And then I do events, and when I do bigger events, it's always a deliverance.
Right.
That's the gift that I have, the gift of exhortation, the gift of deliverance, the gift of prophecy, and the gift of just you know, inspiration. My spiritual mother, her name is Pam Dugood. When I first got saved, she really downloaded a lot of things into me, and she's into fitness as well. But she would always say, you know, she would just be like, I'm inspired, I'm an inspiration. And I took that on. But I didn't even know that I had it. I didn't even know that I had it. You know what I mean? And so now I'm just walking in it with confidence.
You definitely are, because I know I've heard that through other people, that you have drop gems, you have left messages, and they held on to it. I've heard that personally. I've held on to things. Like I said, every session, I feel good because I know I'm gonna see you. You gotta get your brows done at some point, whether it's now, next week. I want to hold on. When you leave, I'm holding on to what you say. So as soon as you go out the door, I'm like, yeah, she said that. Let me write it down. Because it's just something about you. And it's things that you say that people would never know that you would know. You just say it. And I'm like, wait a minute. How did she know that? And from then, I was just like, yeah, she's definitely chosen. I mean, I absolutely feel so comforted around you. And it's not me just saying this. I'm pretty sure other people have felt that, being a part of your class. And for anyone that want to join, I mean, you may not even want to exercise, but still come for the spiritual part of it, because it's really uplifting. So then you think, oh, well, I'm still burning some calories and I feel good when I leave, right? So I'm gonna read a couple more comments. You done twisted the Bible. Okay, so I got the monitoring spirit from a Bible study class we had, and ever since then I held on to that like I was crazy, but I got through. Her classes are a blessing. See, people know, like they're really tuned in with you. Yes, it is. You really sweat. I love it. Good worship. The songs are amazing. Like, I wanted the whole playlist. I was about to go ask you, can I sit down and look at all the songs you have? Because I want to continue to have this with me every day, you know? That word bless me. Keep letting God. Yes, you see? That's what I'm saying. Like, you out here just.
Thanks, Letitia.
Yeah, you're laying it down. And see, we were in the gospel class together, and you gave her a word and she held on to that. You get what I'm saying? Absolutely. Tanae said absolutely her gospel chair class is like that. It is. I mean, you don't know how you gonna feel, but I know I'll be boo-hooing. I'm ready to, I'm crying. I'm like, I cannot take this. Listen, one day, look, Andrew was almost out the door, girl. I was like, I'm ready to cut him loose, because I was like, but you made me realize, and you told me things that help us, and it definitely made me look at things in a different light. Like, maybe he's going through some things too that he needs healing from. Give grace where grace is needed. So you do her eyebrows so good. They look thank you. I'm telling y'all, better come get hooked up. If I can't do anything else, I can do a brow. I will attest to that. I can do a brow. Very uplifting. See, your classes are very uplifting. And let me read another comment from Tasha. It's a whole workout and worship session. Like, who? Like, that's like having church during the week, but you working out. Like, who doesn't want to do that? So how can anyone that's in this chat, this podcast tonight on viewing, how can they be a part of it? Because I mean, that would just be great to be uplifted. How can they be a part of it?
You can be a part of my class. I post it monthly, my dates. I do it twice out of the month at KB's Fit Club. And I also do it twice out of the month at a church in Norfolk, the
Mhm.
Kojic Church in Norfolk. And then I do virtual classes on Thursdays.
Right.
So you can inbox me, you can
Hmm.
call me on the telephone. You can reach out if you reach out through anybody that's up here. But you and I'm very transparent. Messenger me, and I'll put you in the group. The classes are now the prices increased $15. I know my worth, so it's $15 now.
Oh,
Um,
it's worth it.
yeah, and so and then you just come and you experience it, and my
But you
name.
can't beat that. You can't beat that because you thinking about it. You're going there and you're coming out with a cause, like it's a
Yeah,
purpose. You're going with a purpose and coming
get
out with
ready
a
for the
cause.
week.
So it's
I
yeah.
always
So,
tell the class, I always tell the class because my class is on Saturdays. I used to do it on Sundays, but it started becoming a little tedious and kind of hard. So I always tell everybody, you didn't ended your week with the worship. You know what I mean? And with the praise. And then now you could just catapult yourself back into working out again. Because even though you sweat in my class, you still get alleviate everything that you have been carrying. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying?
mhm.
Everything that you have been carrying, it just drops and you're
Yeah,
free, you know.
right.
And the Lord just has me to just say, because I'm a prayer warrior, you know what I mean? I
Mhm.
talk to God back and forth. So he tells me what to say. It's not, I'm not a
Wow.
soothsayer, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a witch, you know what I'm saying? As the
Mhm,
Holy Spirit working in me. And so the
mhm,
Holy Spirit is my helper, and he helps me to be able to impart himself into the individuals that are called to my class. So if
right.
you're called to my class, come. You can do it online. You can just come sit in the chair, you know what I mean? Bring
Mhm,
a friend, ask a friend. I do birthday parties, I do events. I'll come to your grandmother's house who cannot get up out of her chair if you need me to do
mhm.
it. I'm in a position to do it.
And you know what? That's something I might consider because, like I said, my mom's she's still transitioning to trying to do it. She's fighting. She's fighting for her life. She's fighting and she's doing it. And I'm proud of her because she's taking the next steps to be better. So I might implement that and talk to you about that. And I want to ask you, Nikki, before, because look, that hour went by so quick. Didn't I tell you it was going to fly
Mhm.
by? It is
Yep.
gone. I'm like, where did the hour go? And I feel like I have so much more to ask you, but we
Yeah.
had a
We
great
got to
time.
part two.
Yes, we do have to do a part two. You know what? I'm gonna talk because Letitia's on here and she has her show Circle of Peace on Mondays now. She might could pick up a part two because we still have some part twos to do. Because I'm telling you,
Okay.
you never know. Because you could be on both platforms. That would be nice.
Look at
I'm always
that.
yes, okay. I'm always encouraging anybody that's in my circle to be better, do better. If anybody
Yeah.
know about me, I will help you get to that point in any way that I can. I'll push you. I'll
Mhm.
bring the light to you because I'm not that kind of person. I want
Yeah.
everybody to just
To
be
get a
wonderful.
yes.
Because look,
You're
they
saying.
are everybody supports me. Everybody had a hand in my business, in my pockets, and I
Mhm.
am so forever grateful. Because where would I be without you guys,
Right.
right?
And now I want to say thank you to Kiana, because had not Kiana stepped into your spa, I would have never met you.
Well,
Because
look at
I saw
that.
her brow, I saw her brows. I said, "Girl, who did that? Who did them brows? I
Taylor.
need those." And then she gave me the information, and then I reached out, and hey, look at us today.
Today, divine.
It's networking and spiritual connection. You know what I'm saying, with the Lord, because we are in
Yep.
the times. It's time for us to help build each other up, so we can bring everybody in. So when He comes, we can enter in.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, it's amazing when we're all on one accord. And it says part two. We have somebody here said part two, three, four, five. I mean, like I'm like, yes. She said, flawed but favored, empowered and empowering. Proud of you. I love you to life. Wonderful. This was a great conversation, ladies. I'm glad I tuned in. I'm glad to. Please continue to tune in because I be having some good stuff on here. And Nash said, I'm no gatekeeper. Listen.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. In Jesus' name. That's why you up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
She is not. I swear she put us all on. And she'll be right in there at soon as I post something, I can't,
Yep.
I
Yep.
can't, I can't, I can't get away with it. I'm like,
It's
oh,
our,
hurry
it's
up.
our time. It's
She's
it's
on
all
it.
of our time. That's the word that I know it's 9 o'clock, but
No, you're good.
it's everybody who decided and chose that they wanted to hit in the live. It's your time.
Yep,
It's
it
your
is.
season. Kiana's working in hers. Tasha is working in hers. Cherie, I saw Tawana. I saw Trishita.
Yeah.
I saw if I remiss to Tisha's in it, Mercedes in it, my sister Lakeisha, everybody who's in here, everybody who's in here.
Yep.
It's our time and it's our season, and we have something to do.
Yep. We do.
Specifically designed for you, Tawana. You know, it's specific. It's just like Stacy's using, God's using her with the spa, you know, to make you feel good, to make you look good. You know what I mean? KB with the fitness, Kiana with the coaching, you know, Tasha is a bookkeeper. If y'all need a bookkeeper, we got my friend Sarita up here, the bling bling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it.
Shay does the same thing. You know, all of us. It's our time. We've been in the church. I thank God for the church. Boom. It's time to come out to be the salt of the earth and use it in everything. And yes, it is time to heal. It's time to help each other heal so we can pull them all in. But now is the time. Now is the time.
Yep, and it sure is.
So that's the encouragement, you know, that I wanted to give, to say that now is the time, and y'all gonna see me. Y'all gonna see me out here. Like, you know, I'm out here now.
Right.
In Jesus' name.
Yep. And giving it all. I mean, I felt so good about this show. This was really, really, really good. And we are the church. We definitely are, because they say your body is a temple. You don't have to be in church to worship. Your body's the temple.
You do outside the church.
Yep.
It's what you do outside the church.
Yep.
You know, you can do it in the church, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we have to be who we are on the outside. You know, because we walk into a real world. We walk into offices with individuals, you know what I'm saying? Stores, you know.
Yep. Exactly. And that's why I said I'm gonna try to get to your class, because Tanelia, she loves your class, honey. And she always has good positive things to talk about you. And I love hearing it when we have our conversation. She always put you on a good pedestal, put you on the forefront. And that's why I was like, every time I hear, she's like, yeah, I went to Nikki Gospel class. I said, Lord, I'm doing her eyebrows and I ain't even going to the class. So I was like, I got to get my butt there.
But I really do understand my, you know, my friends who, you know, who have, I understand. It's cool. But you sowed seed. I hear the Cash App go clean. You know what I mean? So when you sow the seed, that's still blessing me and supporting me.
Right. And I try my best, because I was just like, she gonna have the class so lit. She gonna be on there talking with the microphone on your ears and people all in front of you. I see it for you, honey. And we have a couple more. We love you, Shawnick Jones, my sis prayer warrior. See, and Nash says she'll be in your inbox. I have that here. She says she'll be in your inbox. I know that's right. And Tawana said we must live holy daily. Absolutely. Amen. I am so happy you came on my show tonight. You could have been anywhere else, but you tuned in here. I thank everyone that tuned in tonight. We are definitely in our time. We are definitely healing. I'm getting ready to go and continue to heal. Continue to heal. I told you I'm about to fly now. I'm so inspired. I'm ready to go. Everybody, you know where to contact Shawnick. Shawnick, you know where to get with her now. Everybody's pretty much familiar how to find you. She's not far. She's just a message or call away. If you're looking for some additional healing, like I said, you can contact her. If you want to join additional healing in a group, go to Unlocking Her. That's another group. You can continue to see her as well. And we have, I'm proud of you, Stace. I'm proud of you too. Oh, I'm coming to you, honey. I got to talk to you. That's my boo right there. Thank you so much. Yes, that's Tamara. Thank you so much, honey. It takes a lot to be on the show sometimes. I tell you, I'll be like,
you got this.
But I'm getting there.
You got it. You the professional. You the one.
Thank you, ladies. I love you.
You the woman for the job.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely. Look. You already speaking it.
You know I'm gonna say it.
Right. Amen. Look, she said, thank you, sis. And then Kenna said, this was great, ladies. Looking for part 2. Oh, yes. We definitely there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love everybody. You have been unplugged. Have a good night.